Holy moly baloney, Batman, the Colorado Avalanche! They saw Mikko Rantanen was heading over to Dallas and they were like, okay, hold up, wait a minute, all good just a week ago, but now things are getting panicky. Now the Winnipeg Jets have gotten Brandon Tanev and Luke Schenn. Now the Dallas Stars are locking and loading. We got Brock Nelson yesterday, now we're gonna get Charlie Coyle from the Boston Bruins. It's a 1-for-1 trade, it looks like, confirming Casey Mittelstadt going to the Bruins in a deal with Charlie Coyle going over to Colorado. We don't necessarily know the extra details if it is a 1-for-1 trade. It looks like it's a 1-for-1 trade. More involved here. Okay, fantastic. But look, as we've been saying the entire time, bearing any significant extra assets like a 2 first-round pick package or something like that, or a super significant prospect, bearing anything extra like that, I think we can go out there and talk about the improvements here. Why Colorado is trading Casey Mittelstadt for Charlie Coyle. One more hockey trade today, folks. Who wins this trade? 60% are saying the Bruins, but the Colorado Avalanche are doing some very good work in this move. Now, Casey Mittelstadt, if we head over to his overall profile, he's been a really tough player to be fully believing in the past little while here in Colorado. 26 years old, 6'1", 196, a left-handed guy, center left wing. Of course, Mittelstadt is young. Still a young guy, drafted just after Elias Pettersson, Miro Heiskanen, and Cale Makar in that 2017 NHL Entry Draft, 8th overall. A guy who was once seen to being the next kind of Patrick Kane light version for the USA, ended up getting a pretty up and down sort of stint with the Buffalo Sabres after his University of Minnesota Golden Gophers time in the NCAA. Mittelstadt was up and down. He had a whole bunch of different years on different lines, but he maxed out getting 59 points in 82 games 2 seasons ago. He got traded over to Colorado last year, was a point per game in the playoffs, so there's a really good number right there. Also had 10 points in 18 games in the regular season with Colorado last season. But this year, he's got 34 points in 63 games played, a -12, and overall, there are a lot of folks going out there and saying that Mittelstadt, he doesn't necessarily bring what it is the Colorado Avalanche were expecting. He isn't as consistent as you would like him to be, nor does he bring those intangibles. So as kind of a dangly, more offensive leaning forward, this is a guy that was on the market. His contract goes on till 26-27, making $5.75 million. And coming in exchange for Colorado, you've got Charlie Coyle, whom, look, I get it. You could very well say that Coyle does not have the same value that Mittelstadt has because Mittelstadt is 26 years old and he has 34 points. Charlie Coyle, I mean, he's 33, so much older, and he's got fewer points than Casey Mittelstadt does this season. But Coyle had 60 points in 82 games last year and 40-point seasons the year before that. He is a lot more of a reliable guy, and I think just for the intangibles that Colorado is looking for, especially since they had just acquired Brock Nelson, if you acquire Charlie Coyle to be your third-line center, that's a really, really great third-line center. I'm sorry, Casey Mittelstadt, he might have more points, he might have more skill than Charlie Coyle does, especially when you compare them apples to apples, but Casey Mittelstadt as a third-line center is not as effective as Charlie Coyle as a third-line center. So Colorado making this trade, even if it is 1-for-1, I'm not going to assume it's 1-for-1 just because the contracts are a little bit more skewed for Casey Mittelstadt. He does have the extra year. He also is younger. He also has more points, but ultimately, just in terms of team value, while it's true that Casey Mittelstadt is going over to Boston where he's probably going to be given a better opportunity, therefore more points, what Boston is giving up is essentially what the Colorado Avalanche were looking for in this kind of a transaction. This is more so in line with team philosophy and nuance rather than just evaluating a trade straight up the way it's presented at face value. Because in a vacuum, yeah, Mittelstadt, more valuable, right? But for Colorado, they already acquired Nelson. They don't need Mittelstadt, a skilled guy, going out there on their third line, doing third-line caliber things. They need a guy like Charlie Coyle who can do those things to perfection because that's more effective for their hockey team. I agree with the sentiment here. The center core for the Colorado Avalanche, McKinnon, Nelson, and you also have Charlie Coyle. That's very, very strong. There are some other people going out there and disagreeing. Rupe Hintz, Matt Duchene, Wyatt Johnston, Barkov, Bennett, Lundell. Coyle blows, buddy. Good luck, though. Mittelstadt has also been sucking. This reply goes out there and says so. Maybe some sort of a battle amid between these two fan bases going out there and discussing the situation. Let's go out onto Elliot Friedman's tweet and read some of the replies here. Hand us the cup. MVP Lil Mac K says, I'm being told Marchand is also involved. Okay, we're not going to say that. Marchand to Toronto. Yeah, okay, maybe. Let's go over to the Colorado Avalanche subreddit. I want to see what some of the folks over there have to say. New, we'll say that. And then we will do the full Charlie Coyle trade. Okay, this is exactly what we were talking about. So extra draft picks and extra prospects and stuff. We can talk about this a little bit later, but I just wanted to say the comments over here from the main post. Where is it? I was just on this here. Yes, there you go. Charlie Coyle traded to Colorado, Mittelstadt part of the deal. We're no longer going Mittelstadt mode. Stars, Avs, first round matchup gonna hit like crack. Hell yeah, buddy. Hell yeah. Rantanen, Heiskanen, Hintz, all the Finns over there in Dallas versus all the acquisitions that the Colorado Avalanche are making. Brock Nelson. Ay, that is really, really great. Gearing up for a physical playoff run against the big boys in Dallas and Winnipeg and Vegas. Let's go. I love seeing this team beef up after years of not being the most physical team. In 2022, they did the same thing. They got a few mean guys. Nelson, Coyle, and Nichushkin would be frightening together. I'm just thinking about the 2-game reunion with his best friend, Lindgren. Poor guy. Mittelstadt was given an opportunity to be our 2C, and he couldn't make it happen. With Nelson comfortably slotting into the 2C, Mittelstadt does not make a ton of sense as a bottom 6 guy. A guy like Coyle is a way better fit for that role. I'm curious to see the full trade details, but my initial reaction is I love this. Coyle is a much better face-off guy, too. I like the fit, but Mittelstadt still has to have more league value than Coyle, so the price is iffy. Yeah, that's exactly what we were talking about over here. There is more value from Mittelstadt when you think about it just league-wide and what the NHL would normally consider, but Charlie Coyle is better for what the Colorado Avalanche need. So, full trade details, it's Coyle and a 5th in exchange for Mittelstadt, Zellers, and a 2nd. Interesting. So, from this, let's go out there and see Zellers, not the store where you could buy stuff from, the Sears knockoff. Zeller, Colorado Avalanche. And then we'll go out there and look at this guy. Honestly, I do not know who he is. That is my immediate upfront reaction here. Zellers, Colorado Avalanche, Will Zellers. Okay. Offensive forward, a puck handler, a speedster, playing for the Green Bay Gamblers in the USHL, a prospect here. 3rd-round guy by Colorado last season. This year, he is over a point per game. That's a really good number there out of the Green Bay Gambler system. So a longer-term prospect is heading over to Boston as well, alongside of Casey Mittelstadt and that draft pick. So Boston's getting a lot of value here. I guess Charlie Coyle really was that highly touted by the Colorado Avalanche in order for Colorado to send Mittelstadt, this really nice USHL prospect, and a 2nd-round pick to get him. So let me know your thoughts in the comments section below about this big trade over here. Charlie Coyle for Casey Mittelstadt. All these details are over here as well. I hope you enjoyed this video. And bye.